There's
Okay,
a
good.
story making its rounds around the internet, and Keke Palmer apparently has uh, problems with being compared to Zendaya. I think it was innocuous comment. I don't remember exactly where it come from. But some internet personality made the comparison that Zendaya is the new up and coming Keke Palmer. And Keke Palmer herself took offense at that, saying that Zendaya doesn't have the resume nor the background to be compared to the likes of a Keke Palmer.
Hold on one second there. I think I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong, but I think you got it wrong
What?
as far as the whole point of consternation around the dust up around this topic. What I thought happened was somebody put up that colorism was the fact that Zendaya was light skinned was the reason why she was more successful in the industry than say a Keke Palmer. They were trying to put two of them up and measure their success against one another and say Zendaya was doing better because she light skinned than Keke Palmer. Although Keke Palmer is an equally talented actress, but she don't get the shot she deserves because she's dark skinned. That's what I thought the initial Twitter X shit was about.
All I said was they were comparing us.
Right. And I don't think Keke Palmer got mad about the comparison to Zendaya stating or touting her resume and that bitch ain't got shit on me. I think
Oh,
what
she did.
happened
Oh, she
uh
did.
I thought that she said the industry has not I have not been successful in this industry. I've been doing shit for a very long time and I've been very successful. And in case you didn't know, I've been a black woman that's done this and then this and then this and then this. Like she just started naming the shit that she's been doing as a darker skinned black woman. And she's like, nah, I don't know what y'all talking about, but that ain't me. That's what I thought.
So, so
Um,
what do you think that's in reference to?
I thought
Being
I thought that she
compared
was
to
just saying
Zendaya, correct?
not being compared to Zendaya, but people
Compared to
saying
Zendaya.
no. I think that she was trying to squash the argument that
The
she has
comparison,
been
right?
that she has that she
Not just the
has been
comparison, but how it's compared. It wasn't compared in the
I
them
did.
attacking each other. It wasn't compared as far as them attacking each other. It was compared in the sense of people were thinking that Zendaya's career, that she's more pop culture than Keke Palmer. And Keke Palmer's like, no, I actually have been doing great. My career actually is great. This is what I've done. It wasn't her, Keke Palmer, like attacking Zendaya's resume, saying I do this better than you, or whatever. She was just saying how the industry or how people try to pit two women against each other based off, I guess, their colorism, not them going at it with each other.
perceived success and then basing that success on perceived slights surrounded about colorism. And I don't know. I just thought that she wasn't doing that. And um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So flipped out about the comparison wasn't good enough for you motherfuckers. Y'all wanted me to say it for the future.
I don't think that she had it, but where you were painting it was that she was trying to say that that bitch ain't got shit on me, and I don't think that that's what the sentiment of the statement was.
Oh, the sentiment is, ain't nobody got nothing on me.
Ooh, ain't nobody got shit on me. Don't compare me to her. Yes.
Okay.
Whoo! One day y'all gonna get over this shit.
You all can read. I have it. I have it right
All
up
right,
there. You can read it.
all right. So Keke Palmer's tweet was a great example of colorism is to believe that I could be compared to anyone. I'm the youngest talk show host ever, first black woman to star in her own show on Nickelodeon, and the youngest and first black Cinderella on Broadway. I'm an incomparable talent, baby. This is Keke Palmer.
Woo!
I've been
Incomparable.
I've been a leading lady since I was 11 years old. 11 years old. I got over 100 plus credits. So over 101 credits. And currently starring in an original screenplay that's the #1 film at the box office. Hashtag nope. I've had a blessed career thus far. I couldn't ask for more, but God continues to surprise me. Translation.
Woo!
Translation.
Hey, can we put what that was in response to up on the screen real quick?
She said it.
Just, 'cause-
She said
just
it
so we can
exactly.
just so we can get it in context. I mean, because context has to account for something. I mean,
Yeah, somebody compared it to Zendaya. She said don't compare. I don't
Yeah,
call
I
it
have
a
to find it.
comeback.
I'll look for it.
okay.
All right, so it was like, hey, colorism is Zendaya is way more successful than Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer, like, colorism is you compare me to any of these light-skinned bitches
Any
out
of
here.
these like bitches out here. So just because she got offended at somebody trying to defend her, don't mean she wasn't still fucking dumb.
Fuck you,
See,
mean
you taking a stand.
unsuccessful?
You taking a stance that a motherfucker wasn't trying to cause dissension. She Whitney Houston. Yes. The person who initiated wasn't trying to cause dissension.
No, I think I think the person that initiated was trying to cause dissension. The person
between
that
her and Zendaya.
yes.
Only Jimmy Butler in this new full locks.
You say what?
Nothing. I was just talking shit.
And Keke Palmer's like,
Can y'all just talk about how y'all feel about it and not the argument about where it came from?
hey,
Talk about how you feel about it.
now that I see Keke Palmer's response, hey, I'm all on her side. Like, yeah, hey, fuck all these bitches. This particular brand is a one of one. That means none before it, none to come. Yeah, I don't get how Zendaya could be even seen as more successful than Keke Palmer. Now that she done explained exactly who she is and what her name is and all that shit. Like, yeah, you're right. These bitches don't compare to you.
I think it was I think it was I think it was people trying to stir up. I think it was just motherfuckers trying to race bait. Trying to race bait us into thinking that because another motherfucker is light skinned that they're getting more looks or being more accepted in the general um general Hollywood, so to speak, like a Zendaya, because she's been getting so many looks. She got the Spider-Man look. She got the what's the shit on Netflix? Euphoria. She got that look. She got a lot of producer credits and shit like that. Like she's doing a lot of things in the industry now, and she's visible to her credit. And I think somebody tried to use that to say that, well, the reason that she's that is that she's light skinned, and a person like Keke Palmer can't do it, and because she's dark skinned, and they don't give her those same looks
And King
because
Palmer
she's
said,
dark.
"Receipts. Show me some
And
receipts."
she said, no, I get those. I get looks. I don't know what you're talking about. You trying to make a colorism argument where there isn't one. Don't bring me into this trying to pit me against her. I am successful in my own right. I don't have to take nothing away from that woman, but this is what I've done in the industry, and this is what I am doing in the industry as well. And you don't see my movie out here doing numbers. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, you know,
Don't call it a comeback.
I think that's what the initial the I think that's what this was built upon. That
Well,
trying
sir,
to separate the two of them. What does this say right here? Because I think this is the one tweet or whatever. Oh yeah, some shit like this. Keke Palmer deserves the same hype y'all give Zendaya.
and she said, "Don't call it a comeback."
That's why Zendaya enters. Okay, that's where Zendaya enters the chat metaphorically. Someone on the Bird app, man, I can't read shit today.
All right.
Someone on the Bird app said Keke deserves the same hype and adulation adulation, my bad. Adulation Zendaya typically enjoys these days. And from there, folks started talking about why one might perhaps have ascended earlier than the other. Before we write this off as pitting two women of color against each other, let's just entertain the subject and the substance of the argument because frankly, it's an interesting one. And I get it. And I think they tried that shit. And I think that. Well, this is the thing. I'd like someone to do a deep dive on the similarities and differences between Keke Palmer and Zendaya's careers. This may be one of the clearest examples of how colorism plays out in Hollywood. They were both child stars, but their mainstream popularity is very different.
So
It's so interesting seeing the conversation around Keke Palmer having her breakout or superstar moment, and it's wild we live in different worlds because in my household, Keke been a star forever. Aquila and the Bee was my dad's favorite movie. It went triple platinum in my home, like a motherfucker. Yeah,
So
like a motherfucker.
motherfuckers were trying to say Keke Palmer was hood famous, and
Yeah,
Palmer was like, nah.
no, I'm famous. No, I'm really, really out here.
Right.
Somebody said, "Get her."
Yeah.
I know what that means, but I'm not fluent in housewife.
Spit on these hoes, Miss James.
Yeah, Keke Palmer, and that's kind of weird because Keke Palmer was on a daytime talk show with Michael Strahan, was it?
Yeah,
The
Michael and
she took
Michael
over for
and
Regis now.
no. You know he left Regis and them when it was Kelly and him. He left that. He went to Good Morning America. Yeah, and then they had it was a talk show in the midst of Good Morning America at a point. It was Michael Strahan, some drunk white woman, and then Keke Palmer started guesting, and then it was Mike, the drunk white woman, and Keke Palmer.
And it seems as if like Keke Palmer was kind of like this was a what is it called?
She was guest hosting.
She didn't see it coming. She didn't see where this comment came from. It was a surprise to her. Like, no, my career is great. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. It was
that
like,
ain't what "don't compare me to anyone" means. And y'all both know that. Stop doubling down on it.
No, it could be. It was. I can take that as. I don't know where y'all getting this bullshit from. What she's saying, like, my career has been great. What is this? Is example of y'all
so two singers
people on the outside trying to pit two people against each other when we are not comparable. It's kind of
you're in a room with another singer that you are making more money than. If that singer said, "Ain't nobody, don't compare me to nobody," and then go off their resume that you've done close to, and you and not in the same amount of time, you don't think that she's I'll beat everybody ass in here? That ain't how you would take that.
But she okay. I'm gonna show you another tweet.
I'm not taking it as I'll beat everybody ass in here because
like Beyonce says she don't compare herself to anyone. She competes against herself. Not that anyone else is not great.
Right. I think the hang up is the incomparable. Like, don't compare me to nobody else. Like, she's saying that. I didn't get that from her saying I'm incomparable. I'm an incomparable talent.
Don't compare me to nobody else, and she's close to Zendaya. There are plenty of people that's close to Keke Palmer. That's where I'm getting that from. I've coupled with the fact that she said other strange comments like that I'm not going to quote hand for hand so we can dissect those. She said strange shit.
Hey look.
Google it.
You add. Hey look. I'm not even gonna argue that. If you got other stuff outside of this that you using to like facilitate your knowledge about this argument and make your basis on.
Keke Palmer been doing strange shit for years. That's what made me really say that.
Cool. I ain't even gonna hold you on that. That's what's up. Cool. I'm just talking strictly upon this on a narrow focus, tunnel vision. This statement, this situation. I know Keke Palmer got a bunch of other shit like out there, like that she's done and she said on the internet that's been like salacious or whatever. But I'm not speaking on that. What to say? People that seek outside validation can't understand the person that gets it from the inside. I mean, I fuck with that statement. Yeah, that's some real shit.
That sounds like the last flail. You didn't win, or don't compare me to nobody. You know what? I'm secure with myself. You done went the whole gamut of responses to that. Come on.
Hey, look, I don't know, but her intention aside, um, just speaking to what I think it was. I think it was an attempt to try to be divisive in our community from people that don't really see our community and have our community's best interests at heart.
Man,
And that comes from a motherfucker who don't know. I don't know the origin of the initial statement.
that
But I
white
think
lady, I'm going off that white lady that she pulled up, and she was just trying to be a friend of the cause. And she didn't know she was pulling on Whitney Houston coattails, and it went horribly wrong. I think if she'd compare Zendaya to any other person, an open and honest dialogue would have happened.
I don't. But this is the thing. I don't. The argument falls apart when talent presents itself.
I don't think they're too disparaged in no regard, those two ladies. I think there is room for this conversation. I think Keke Palmer was just the wrong subject to have it open meeting and honestly. Even though she is the greatest example of it.
I think you could have had that conversation years ago, and it would have been valid. But if you to have that conversation now in the face of the landscape of black female actresses that I see that are being pushed to the forefront, that are being heralded, that I see, the majority of them overwhelmingly are dark skinned.
What are their checks looking like?
I don't know what they checks. I don't know what they. I don't. I get that what their checks looking like, but I don't know. So if you could tell me their checks is looking different, then okay, we could be there and we could say something about that. But if we talking about popularity or the push, then I have to say that the push has been behind a lot of darker skinned women as of late, as of recently, and I don't know if it's been all that recent. I think it's been over a few years now. And you can look at it. You can look at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You can look at the mama on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I can't remember her name right now. And you can look at the daughter, Hillary, Coco Jones. I think she's getting a rather big push in Hollywood. Nifisha Williams, I think, is it Nafisia? The chick from Black Lightning, Thunder.
You talking about his two daughters?
Yeah, the oldest daughter, Thunder. I remember Thunder.
Neither one of them dark skin.
Huh? I don't know. They not.
I didn't even see how Keke Palmer got brought into this colorism debate. It's just the fact that they are so fucking light that they even had a leg to stand on. That's what made it crazy to me. Keke Palmer ain't even dark enough to have this colorism debate, in my opinion.
All right. Okay. Cool. But back to my point. The chick from Abbott Elementary, the one who created that.
All these people you're naming ain't dark enough to have this debate.
I think she's dark skinned. What are you talking about?
Brunson ain't dark skinned.
She's dark. So who? Okay. All right. So who's dark skinned then?
Okoye and them, I'll give you. Lupita Nyong'o will give you. But the other 5 people you just named, in my opinion, aren't dark skinned.
Okay. Angela Bassett's dark skinned, right? She's getting a big push. She's not.
She's your color.
She the same. I'm dark skinned. All right. I don't know how to.
He's dark skinned, nigga.
All right, fam. I don't know what to tell you. All right, cool. You got it. So I'm like, so what are you then? What if
I'm light skinned, you brown skinned, he dark skinned.
All right, come on, fam. You know what we saying when we say this shit. It's light skinned and dark skinned, fam. You making too many shades, fam. I ain't got all these time. All these different shades.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm dark skinned, he's dark skinned, you're light skinned. Like, why we got to do all this extra shit?
Okay, thank you. I'll give you it's only 2 shades, but the brown is out in the same argument. You brown skin motherfucker, you potato shade niggas.
You potato shade ass niggas is not
in a discussion. I'll give you it's only 2, light skin and dark skin, but that means the whole brown skin populace ain't in this discussion, and that's the only way I'm going this. I'm not just putting y'all in the dark skin category.
Yes, they are. We are though, and these things exist though.
I'll put you
Hillary Banks Hillary Banks, Karen Parsons, light skin. Hillary Banks, Coco Jones, dark skin. And let's just call it a day. Why the fuck we gotta argue about the? Hey, look, never mind.
Because you're conflating how many people are being fucking transgressed. That's why we got to. The people you're naming don't support. You're using them as support. You're using them as.
I think the people I named are considered darker skinned actors.
I don't believe so.
I think Octavia Spencer will tell you she's dark skinned. I think what's her name?
Spencer is dark skinned.
Is she the same shade as the Brunson chick from the Abbott Elementary? They're the same fucking shade, man. What the?
Oh no, you say Octavia Spencer. I was thinking of How to Get Away with Murder. Viola Davis. You said Octavia Spencer. I thought Viola Davis. Octavia Spencer is your color.
Octavia. All right, cool. All right.
Yes. All you potato shade niggas, y'all sit this one out. This ain't got nothing to do with you. It's between me and him, as it's always been. As it's always been.
Hey, look.
So if y'all going anyway, y'all going to light skin.
Cool. No, we not.
Yes, y'all
We're not. I'm not. Never mind. I just think it's crazy to have this argument. It don't make no sense. So, hey, look, him as the darker shaded individual on the podcast, and you as the lighter shaded individual, and me as the middle. I'll go ahead and sit this out since I'm so y'all have it, but you gotta turn your camera on because it don't make no sense. They gotta see you. They gotta see you.
I'm butt ass naked.
I don't want to hear that.
Hey yo, look.
Nigga, that's your fault. You asked. You brought that on up, nigga.
Keep your camera off. I didn't know. Also, I don't. Hey, look. I don't talk to people in the bathroom. When I'm out, I don't have conversations. Like, nah. Ain't nothing to talk about at this point in time. Like, this can't wait till I let go of me.
So I let go of me.
Yeah, like that. Nah. But y'all had the conversation then, since I'm disqualified from it.
Keke Y don't fit in this conversation. Conversation over.
But I do support Keke Y and her.
Damn, we keep calling her Y. Palmer.
Just damn it, yeah.
Keke Palmer don't belong in this goddamn conversation. Conversation over. That's the bigger thing that white lady fucking they all look alike us. To even put Keke Palmer in the colorism, because a few years ago she would have been the Zendaya of this equation. Just a short few, maybe 10 years ago, before Lupita and them got on, she would have been the Zendaya of this equation. She would have been the Keke roles and not Lupita 10 years ago. And they're almost the exact same color in this picture.
Indeed.
Both of them heavily edited, but still, a few short years ago, she would have been the Zendaya of this equation. So it speaks to Karen's numbness of the actual fucking plight. That she just tried to woke our ass and got us all riled up about some dumb shit.
I see that. You know what? I will give you that. I can't argue that. All right. So this went from a debate on colorism to white people thinking all black people
look alike. That's what it is. All black people look alike. And really, we finna put Keke Palmer into the dark skin category.